Sweet. Oh man. Do you do your intro and everything?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's been a really long week, I'll say that.
I will take your apology. And of course, welcome to the game. It is Navi versus Sigma International. We are here for a game of StarLadder Star Series, day number 23, game 5 or 4 of the 7 in total.
I love it. I love this. I love this. Look at Poppy's ban. This is something that I've actually said before. Versus Sigma, they pick Bane every game.
Yeah. It's a like mad. You don't want to give him his Bane, but then again, Sigma gets Navi's Crystal Maiden in return. Because that is also one of the heroes that Navi really likes to play. They've been playing Havost mostly on the Luna lately, so I'm gonna assume that Navi, if they have a chance, they're gonna pick it up. They've played Funnick on the Bristleback, which is still in the pool as well, and a Luna for Havost. So I'm wondering if they're gonna go with their same picks.
They might. There's also a Visage in the pool, so I don't know if they've been really picking that a lot, but.
No, but he's been banned out a lot as well, so I'm not really sure. And of course, I mean, the reason for this game to be so important for both teams, Navi is sitting on 3 losses, 13 games played, 10 wins, while Sigma is sitting on 11 games played, 9 wins, 2 losses.
They're doing really well.
They're doing really well. And I mean, Sigma has, of course, got the higher potential in terms of maximum points because they've got less losses. And Navi, if they lose this match, they will be on 4 losses, which is basically saying you're probably not going to go to Kiev unless some other people mess up big time. So this is basically a must-win for Navi if they want to keep their fate in their own hands. Sigma, if they win, or if they lose, rather, because if they win, you know, they're happy, but if they lose, they'll be having 3 losses, which in fact isn't that big of a deal, but the bigger deal would be that the head-to-head score of Navi Sigma is going to be in favor of Navi. And if scores are even, head-to-head score counts. And that is going to be something that they don't want to have happen because, I mean, there's still so many teams still on the top. You need to get that win in.
5 seconds.
Who would you put this game in favor for, by the way? Just on paper. Like, how are...
Just on paper?
Yeah.
I obviously Navi, I mean, honestly.
Yeah, because sometimes in best of ones, they might not always come out strongest. I mean, they have been playing really strong over the last couple of days, I have to say. But they also have been playing a lot of the same stuff. Which is also
I'm kind of out of the loop a little bit, because like I said, I haven't really been like watching. Oh, Chantress Bristleback first too. See, this is like, I would never expect stuff like this, because I haven't really been watching it that much, I guess, but holy shit.
They have been picking Enchantress when a Crystal Maiden wasn't available. He has been banned a couple of times first, but they have been kind of predictable almost. I mean, I guess the Bristleback first pick for Navi. I guess Bristleback is often first pick, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. But Bristleback, Luna, and then Enchantress. Dandy has actually played solo mid Doom earlier this week. He has been playing more unorthodox mids than we normally see from him.
Turn to ban.
But I don't know, it feels like it's starting to get a bit standard, which of course if you're getting predictable then you're also going to be more easy to counter.
Of course, yeah. I've been seeing like, I don't know, this Bristle thing though, like teams are just afraid to pick Visage afterwards, because like it just destroys the poor birds, but I still think that Visage is completely imbalanced. So I don't think that's...
Early in the game, I mean, Bristleback, you'll still take a lot of damage from that nuke, so it's still really good to have if you want to shut him down early. If you're thinking he's going to be on the suicide lane by himself, then yeah. Yeah.
And Bristles don't really get BKB. Grave Chill's very damn powerful. Oops.
Yeah.
And Timbersaw, I mean, I like this a lot by Sigma though, grabbing the Timbersaw very early after they see this Bristleback, because Timbersaw versus Bristleback is absolutely probably one of the best.
Are you expecting them to try and put those two together, no matter where that Bristleback is?
Yeah, they do like doing that offlane Bristle, huh? So maybe we'll see. I mean, it's too early to tell in the draft, really. They could do an aggressive Charlene, but I don't know how. I don't think Sigma really enjoys doing that often. They kind of like their dual lanes and their, you know.
Yeah, they do like their dual lanes. You're right.
So
going to be seeing that probably this game as well. We still have, I mean, despite having the Bane banned out, we still have a Moran in the pool, which is something that Sigma has played a lot. And they actually have got, it played mid, they played it on the safe lane, they played it on the carry role. We've seen it on all sides, and Sigma just really has liked that. Though yesterday we didn't really see the Moran come out for them. I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to try it this time. As we have some solid heroes banned out here.
I was expecting a, you were saying that they've been picking Luna a lot on Navi. I was expecting a Luna ban coming up by Sigma, and now we're actually seeing the Havost Lifestealer token ban and the Dandy Puck. Interesting.
Well, I guess if the Luna was banned out, there would have still been a Lifestealer, so I guess it comes out to the question, like, Which one do you rather want to see? Which one do you rather want to face? And in that case, they don't want to deal with that built-in BKB. When I have the chance to shut a hero down early, perhaps that is the case. As Na'Vi bans out a strong mid, the Dragon Knight removed. Some extra pushing power removed with that as well. And of course, Na'Vi has the chance to now ban a hero and then pick one. And also, apparently, Na'Vi is the one to use most time right now because they have got only 22 seconds left in their bonus time, while Sigma has not used a single second. And there goes the Slark. And the Visage still. On not on the side of Sigma,
Radiant
but
team pick.
on the side of Na'Vi.
I like that.
They do kind of lack disables though.
Hmm.
It's something that might be coming into play at some point.
Oh, sorry if anybody's hearing my chewing. I'm kind of eating a sandwich. I'm kind of hungry right now, so.
I think I should just make people jealous, that's all. I don't really notice it all that much, but, well, if people hear it, then,
10 seconds.
well,
remaining.
hopefully they don't get too jealous. But they can get
Too
their own
bad.
sandwich.
5
It's
seconds
delicious.
remaining.
Wahaha.
What is on it?
I went to a deli and I told the guy to surprise me, so I actually don't know, but it's pretty delicious.
Oh, damn it. Now I'm extra jealous, because if you would have made it yourself, it wouldn't be as good as if you bought it somewhere from some special shop.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Miguel's Nature's Prophet by the looks of it. And that means that this Timber Saw might as well be Fada's.
That it probably is, yeah.
Unless they want to be very greedy and put that Nature's Prophet in the jungle, Timber Saw still
Radiant
offlane, but I'm
team
kind of
pick.
hoping that's not going to be the case. And it still comes to loot. I mean, that was not a surprise, especially not with the Lifesteal banned out. I mean, that would be a secondary option, obviously, but they continue going with the Luna. Extra pushing power with the Enchantress helping out. This is starting to be a bit scary. They do have got decent counter push, of course, with the Crystal Maiden, with the Timber Saw, Chakram as well.
And that's this was actually really smart by Sigma. If you don't realize this, they picked the Furion because they honestly probably 100% expected this Luna. So summon Treants versus the Eclipse is very, very good counter.
Seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
Eating up some of those beams.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Reserve
Sigma
time.
for the first time going into reserve time after this pick. One or two more picks needed. I mean, Sigma, I kind of like, I understand their lineup, but they kind of missed their oomph and their giveaway about what they're actually planning to do, and that makes me itchy. And I'm hoping that they're gonna still pull out something great out of the closet, because I mean, Timbersaw and Nature's Prophet are all both very decent, but now there we have it. That's an oomph right there. Gyrocopter,
Navi's
extra counter
turn
pushes
to
of course
ban.
as well. And in terms of comparing him with the Luna, I kind of find them very even, as in both want to get that BKB online very early. Both have got decent pushing potential, or counter push potential rather. Both of those have a potential to build a rapier if
10
things
seconds
seemingly
remaining.
go bad. I kind of like the pick. I really
5
do.
seconds
And of course,
remaining.
with the slow, Bristleback is gonna have a tougher time facing a Gyrocopter, which I'm gonna assume like Bristleback is gonna be up against a Gyrocopter, I think.
Yeah, more than likely. It goes both ways though. Gyro is very good versus Bristle, but Bristle is also quite good versus Gyro. So this is pretty interesting. I like both
5
drafts
seconds
honestly right now.
remaining.
This
Which
final
is-
hero will definitely. Go ahead. Sorry, it's fine.
No, I was gonna ask like what kind of support would you
Radiant
expect
team ban.
as the last ban here, or last pick here for Sigma? Because well, apparently Na'Vi is expecting just a solid support with more disables, as they ban out the Lion. But what do you expect? What would you expect? Like, is it because I'm also thinking there's still a Chen in the pool.
10
Sure.
seconds remaining.
I don't know. Has Chen really been picked up a lot recently? I feel like he kind of fell off.
Yeah, he has fell off quite a bit actually. Mostly seen him now in Eastern Dota, so I'm not too sure. Well, apparently Navi is not worried about the Chen, and I mean, if you have an Enchantress and Enchantress is going to be the one to come out ahead in the fights early on, so that's always going to be something to keep in mind. We'll see though. It's going to be the Temporal Assassin that gets banned out last on the side of
Navi's
Sigma. They of
turn
course
to pick.
Navi still need a mid hero. Then he has, like said, has played a Doom before. I'm not sure if that's the right pick here. I mean, Doom obviously is a counter to everything that you can think of because of his Doom, but
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
he's a better counter against some than others. They go for a Storm though. I like this. Having an extra disable there as well, and aggressiveness, I like it a lot. And of course,
And
a
there's the
counter
Nyx.
towards this Nature's Prophet. Nyx Assassin, that's a support Nyx. That's the first Nyx that we see today. Rejoice.
Honestly, wow, it seemed like fucking Mad knew exactly kind of what Navi was going for, because he insta-picked that Nyx.
Yeah, he did.
He really did insta-pick that.
Knowing what he wants.
So go ahead, you can dire or whatever. You can
I'll
introduce.
do them both, so you can get some more time
Okay.
with your sandwich. That's always good. Let's take a look. We're gonna first check out Sigma. They are on the Radiant side. We have Miguel playing the Nature's Prophet. He picked up Boots first. We'll be trying his luck on the off lane by the looks of it, but probably will rotate into the jungle if he finds out that he might not be as successful as he was hoping for. Cassius Clay is actually Paris, aka Soxka, I believe. I don't think they're playing with the stand-in right now, so we're gonna call this Soxka right there. Pass will play his Crystal Maiden support. Fada will take on the Timber Saw. We're going with the mid lane for that one. And then last but not least is, well, I already had Miguel, is Mad, playing as Nyx Assassin. There we go, as everybody rotates into the jungle there. Looking to kind of maybe slow down the jungle for Puppey a bit. If they can get a couple of wards out. They might be getting unlucky though. They will be on the high ground, so they've got that advantage. They see Puppey moving upwards. In comes an Impale, only up on Puppey though, not on Funnick. They're getting themselves out of there. One Quill Spray is enough for them. No further action. Now let's take a look at who is playing what on the side of Na'Vi. On the Dire side, so we do have Funnick playing the Bristleback. We've got ourselves Kuroki playing the Visage this game with Puppey on a signature Enchantress. And that's gonna mean that Avos tagging himself as Playmate, maybe a Respect tag or something like that, playing the Luna. So we have seen Avos play that quite a few times. Funnick eats Rocket Barrage. Fine. We are going to see Dandy taking on the mid role, of course, as a Storm Spirit, and I think I already introduced Funnick's Bristleback. Well, if I didn't, then I didn't now. Did it now. There we go. And of course, introducing also Nahaz, our stats man. I should see him putting out stats like no tomorrow right here.
Invisibility.
So yeah, now that you've seen the drafts, would you still put it in favor of Na'Vi?
One sec, I'm just clicking through. They seemed like. So what? Navi countered one of those obs wards? Yeah, they countered an obs ward. So Kuroki, I think, got the money for that. Yeah, he did. So Sigma's playing down with one ward, but the drafts overall, I think I give it in favor of Navi, honestly, because
Based
they
on this
don't
draft, then.
just based off draft right away. Because let's just say, I mean, they don't really have that much lockdown on Sigma, so this storm is definitely gonna go
Whoa.
probably kind of crazy.
Look at Playmate. Got boxed in by by 4 Trayons actually, because there was 2 summoned pairs. He
Wow.
took a lot of damage from that one. Miguel's gonna be having fun with that. Kuroki's actually double pulling the lane the waves through. So he should be able to get this. Let's see. Yeah. So he's going to get some solid experience that way. While Puppey's of course getting experience in the jungle. And I think that's going to be the biggest advantage for Na'Vi right now. If Sigma can make that bottom lane more aggressive towards Funnick, if they can't kill a Funnick, then I would be a bit worried for the supports getting very far behind on the side of Sigma. Because Na'Vi is getting more farm.
And Puppy's smoking up right now. They're gonna be going for this Fearon probably.
Oh yeah, he's got a Centaur as
Oh
well.
man, he's in trouble. He doesn't have teleport mana or anything.
Sitting on 5 mana. Not very secure, and he's waiting, Puppey's waiting for perhaps a slow to come out from Kuroki. It looks like Miguel smells trouble though. He is actually being a bit safer right now. But if he's safe enough, no, he is not safe enough, not at all. Now they go for him. In comes the slow. Centaur on his way for a stomp. Vos with the Lucent Beam setting up. The Centaur might, but the neutral one might be helping out. And actually, no, the neutral one already has his Centaur word. And actually, another slow comes out as needed as well. The Centaur of, there we go, that's a Lucent Beam. Because the Centaur of Puppey never actually made it to Miguel, which was a nice attempt. But in the end, Playmate, or I'd call it like Vos, thank you, Lucent Beam, still gets the first blood, so very nicely done. Miguel, actually, I'm quite surprised. He's going back top. I was expecting him actually to rotate towards the jungle, but it's already back top.
Pull roots and run.
I mean, there's still creeps coming in, probably, so yeah. I think that was a better choice, him going up there, not just giving a free lane. He's got to keep messing with those supports, because Visage is one of those heroes that really needs levels. And if he just keeps, like, you know, blocking the pulls and whatnot, and forcing him to go help the Luna more, it actually hurts the Visage a lot, so. Pretty good right now, not much. Yep, not a whole lot's happening. Dendy's doing pretty well middle. Actually, Timbersaw's doing excellent right now. Fada doing what he does.
Yeah.
And
17.
they actually also warded, they sentry warded those Ancients, so Funnick can't actually go stack that.
Nicely done.
She was trying to.
Yeah, he has skirmishing a bit with Mad, but well, he's still getting experience, I guess. That's the most important thing for now. It might not be getting gold, and might also not be able to set up for getting himself gold later, with of course indeed the Ancient stack, but at least he's getting something. Better than nothing, as we saw in game earlier. We do have Dendy sitting on 17-4 indeed. I mean, 20, like right now Dendy is catching up a bit, but indeed this Timbersaw is doing really well here up against Dendy.
This is one of Fada's like best one of Fada's best heroes in my opinion, honestly now, because his Puck's always banned and stuff or something like that. And he hasn't really, I haven't really been seeing him played that often actually.
No, Puck has been kind of falling out of favor a bit as well. We still see him fairly regularly, but not as often as we used to anyways. It isn't a standard pick or ban. As Denny is actually gonna be indeed ganking up. There's the Vortex. Come on, level 3 Vortex. There we go. Centaur stop. We'll follow up on that one. I'm not sure if there's enough damage though, because of course he does have level 2 in reactive armor. The slow is still there. In comes Matt now with an impale up on Puppy and the Centaur. They're still chasing him down with Funnick here. Puppy with the kill. Funnick though, frostbitten, will be keeping himself up for the moment with the Nature's Attendants coming out. Denny with that bottle going up on pass. That kill did not give him enough gold to go for level 6 or enough experience to go for level 6, but it does give him the chance to go for a pass here with the last hit. We'll get it as well. The impales on cooldown, no more mana up of Matt anyway, and they're actually gonna go for this. The Centaur helping out. Puppy gets 2 kills out of that one. 4 for 0. Sigma rotated 3 heroes in there and they couldn't get anything done.
Wow, that definitely went better than they expected.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you see a gank attempted on the Timber Saw that went for a reactive armor? No, I mean, it doesn't even happen that often because people think, well, you know, you can't kill him anyway because he's got his reactive armor. That's what I would have said. But, no. Well, you know, the one that, that's a Dutch saying actually that I wanted to say. You know, they try, they chase him now for a long time with Vanna coming in from the front. Of course, they helped out, blocking a bit, but good kill. Very good kill.
Yeah, definitely. And in the meantime, all of that's happening too. Miggle's getting really good levels. He's actually getting pretty decent farm, but they chunked down that top tower all the way down to 300 health. So,
that's
very good for Navi.
I think you have to refill your batteries on your fire alarm. Was that it?
Oh, you can actually hear that? Oh,
I could
man.
hear, like, I could hear it once and then I didn't know what it was, but now I do.
Oh, Dendy's getting gone on right now.
Dendy is really dead. Miguel teleporting in for that one. Really nicely done. The Impale helping out. This time popping out close. In the meantime, Funnick getting Dovan on the bottom lane. It looks like Soxka really wants him. The Rocket Barrage is already run out though, and Funnick is going to be living through it all. Well, Soxka will take some harassment from the tower, but he's fine. He's got phase boots. He's going to be just doing okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Right now, the supports on Navi are definitely pulling way more in favor than the supports on Sigma, so that's very good for them.
And level 5 on Puppy, level 4 on Kuroki. Looking at Sigma, they have got level 3 Crystal Maid and the Nyx Assassin level 3 as well. That's a pretty big difference actually, bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, 1 sec. I'm gonna go close that door because you know that fire alarm, the fire thing is actually like 100 meters away from me, probably all the way upstairs.
Okay. That's fine. We do have the Timber Saw still standing mid. While it already is Denny rotating a bit. He is actually gone towards the bottom lane. Gets a regen. Oh, that is the best rune that you can hope for as a Storm Spirit. I'm really curious to see if he can make something happen with that. Maybe go top. Pick up that Nature's Prophet, as Nature's Prophet has been giving Havos a tough time on the top lane. He's actually going to continue farming bottom, or middle rather. Well, that's a shame. We'll see if he's going to try to do something with it later on, or if maybe Fada can force it out earlier than that, which is of course going to be his goal. And it looks like he is indeed able to do just that. Welcome back. Oh, it's not back yet.
I'm back.
Oh, there's a Storm Spirit with a regen rune. How about that? And he's keeping it up as well. He wants to go for Miguel, but Miguel is actually in the jungle right now. He's on his way towards the jungle. But if he can't, then maybe he can at least... No. Can't pull the creep wave. He actually lost his regen, so he'll just regen with the bottle right now. Well, lucky Miguel, I think. Able to dodge that bullet. I'm quite surprised. I mean, Miguel did pick up the Gloves of Haste to go for the Hand of Midas, but still went for Phase Boots to help out on the laning stage, but now his Hand of Midas is going to be so delayed.
I think it's okay. It's an okay decision, but I usually tend to see, you know, just the brown boots.
Teleport's coming top.
Yeah, they're not going to let this tower drop. They're actually going to probably get this deny. And oh, Havos actually opting for the Midas.
Okay, yeah, that's a deny coming in. That Siege Creeper's not gonna get the last in it. But the tower's still dead, give some extra map control the way of Navi, and a bit of gold might not be the largest amount, but you know, every little bit helps, I guess.
Yeah, map control and everything too.
Yeah. Still 3 people top though. They're actually thinking they can do something here, but Havos, he's got that, oh, never mind. Might be having Eclipse, but it doesn't matter whatsoever. Nature's Prophet gets traded for him, but that's not a good trade. Puppy might still be getting more out of that trade, though, as he is able to pick up at least the Crystal Maiden. Nyx Assassin still has got that impetus. Wow, that's a long zip in. In comes the Spike Carapace. Is there more slows? Is there more mana? Might be a Vortex. No mana for that, actually, but the Familiars will help out do that job. It is Denny that gets a kill in the end. 3 for 1. At least Avos died to give his team something decent out of it, but, I mean, still Avos dying. Still not very all too favorable for him.
Wow. That is typical Navi right there, what they just did. That dive.
Making it worth for that carry to die, I guess.
Yeah. I actually was surprised. I thought that we were going to see one of the 2 cores TP, but I guess not. They just started, you know, continued their farming and everything, so.
Yeah. They could have actually. Maybe Gyrocopter. I mean, his cooldown is pretty decent. Maybe they could have turned it around. I mean, Denny was completely out of mana.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But whatever. I mean, Funnick is actually getting a lot in this bottom lane now, too. And does he actually always do this? He went for the bottle on Bristleback, too.
No, he does normally go for a Vanguard, though, but bottle not necessarily, no. And interesting as well, because he's not the only one with the bottle this game either. I mean, of course, Denny has one also. So we do have Denny very low, by the way, but he's on his way back. He started to jungle a bit, which was interesting. We have a rotation. Smoke up for Mad and Pust, which is, I mean, they're still level 5. Really? Gyrocopter and Bristleback just scope themselves on each other, but we're following top because we're seeing Havos getting ganked upon, and I don't think he can make it out of this alive. Though there are no trios this time. Maybe there's still going to be an Eclipse. 2 creeps, never mind.
JK.
Well, that went fast. Who needs level 6? Holy cow.
Yeah, with the Fear Note and everything too, wow. He just got completely blown up. And actually, that was super good trade for Funnick. He invised in and got that kill, solo kill on Gyro, solo XP.
Yeah, and I mean, he died before, he died after, after the Gyrocopter, so Gyrocopter didn't get the experience from it as well, so. Yeah. Very nice kill for him. And in the meantime, the smoke is still here for the same 3 heroes. They're looking to blow up Avos again, but this time it's Denny that's there. It's a bit less easy to take down, but if there's a good impale, there might still be enough burst to take him down, I think.
Yeah, and they're pinging. They really want to do this. And also, at the same time, the Nyx is getting very, very close to 6.
He might actually get level 6 from just standing around here.
Yep.
Timursaw just show himself though. And that's level 6 right now. There he has a Vendetta. He's gonna go for it.
Don't go for the hit stun. Just go for the stun.
Just go for the stun. I think
yeah,
that's
he just went for the stun.
Yeah, there we go. In comes the Chakram. Then he zips himself away. Woohoo, not enough burst. This time, like, Nature's Prophet ult would be doing the job there. They go for Pus. Oh, Puppy coming in as well. That's Pus. Already dead. Mad as well as Timursaw getting themselves out. Fada gets out alive. In the end, I mean, okay, it was a nice try for Sigma. No Nature's Prophet ult. Was all that the difference was there for the kill to happen, I think.
Yeah, that was a little crazy, honestly, because they didn't even have the mana burn up on the Nyx. They only had 1 mana for them just for 1 stun, so. Only see Kuroki actually get ported on. But.
Miguel teleported in towards the tower ring. But Kuroki is actually going to be able to teleport himself out. He does, of course, then gives up the defense of his tier 1 middle. Which they don't want to put in deny range just yet, so I guess they're saving it for later. It's too risky. Getting those denies in, and Dendy, of course, missing from the map. He's going for a first BKB, by the way. What do you think of that item choice?
Versus the lineup that he's against, I think it's a pretty good choice. I'm never really a fan of the first item BKB, but they always make that. Dendy always makes it work anyway. Honestly, he always makes the BKB come out, and he gets a ton of pickoffs, and they usually, it's Navi.
Yeah.
Like, not really much else needed.
Decisions.
Yeah.
Well, we also have Funnick with his Vanguard complete. We do have Havos, by the way, back to farming on the top lane by himself. Went for the Helm of the Dominator, so he's not going to be ready to fight just yet. Although he almost has his treads ready. Perhaps then he might be looking to go for something. And Hannah Might is now ready for Sigma, so they're also in for the long haul here. I mean, in terms of net worth, Navi is still ahead. They, of course, are the ones that have got 1 tower down on the side of Sigma, denied or not. It's still a bit of extra gold. But overall, they're actually 4k gold ahead, which is, I find, quite a substantial amount for 12 minutes into the game. But they are 5 kills ahead, I guess.
And fucking Mad just actually used his Vendetta and then missed his stun on Funnick. I don't think that they're really going to kill him anyway, so I think it's actually kind of better that they didn't really overcommit on that, but...
Oh, smoke, Mad. He just placed a ward. Well, they know that the ward is there, I think, and they lost themselves an assassin. No, I guess if you're gonna be getting a, you know, if Navi was gonna get a kill with the smoke anyway, then for Sigma it was better that it was a support than anything else.
Yeah, and a nice move by Kuroki actually too. He left his familiars right by that middle tower the entire time actually, and Fiora just went to go get it, and he denied it with his
Nice.
familiars. So
That's pretty important, because now the towers are actually even. Both are denying. We have got Denny. Oh, I feel so sad for Pass right now.
this is the worst feeling in the world, being a Crystal Maiden against a level 10 Storm at this time already.
Yeah. I mean, luckily for him, he does have a Timbersaw around him, but he's going to be waiting for the Timbersaw to be distracted by the mid lane.
Radiant's
Actually,
bottom tower
Miguel,
is under attack.
he's going to be visible soon, though. He's going to be visible now. In he goes. In also goes Fada, though. Denny has to be careful here. He can, of course, still zip himself away. Well, Crystal Main, lucky day for her class. Denny's still going in, though. Na'Vi, they really want this tier 1 tower, don't they? They even bring out a host here. Teleports incoming from the gyrocopter, but they want to fight before. They want to be able to have a pickup before that cooldown comes down. Then he needs to zip himself away right now. There he goes, up to the high ground. Very low already. The cooldown still hits upon Puppy, but he will be able to pop his Nature's Attendants and get himself out. TP out from Luna, also safe. And they force out the teleport. Might not have gotten anything in return, but I guess that teleport alone might have been nice. They stopped him from farming.
Yeah, that was. They all lived. Yeah, that's I don't know. The familiar stuns actually saved Puppy, and now yeah, Gyro TP'd out of the bottom lane. Funnick is getting pretty ridiculously farmed for an offlane Bristleback, and yeah, they didn't even have any tower to push in middle, so they just all ported mid to defend that tower, and now there's no objective to be taken. And Gyro.
Gyro. Oh, what? What is he doing there?
Your whirlybird is a
How
mercy
greedy?
of the wind,
Like, that was
and I'm
greedy.
not feeling very merciful today.
Right? I mean,
Yeah, that was very strange. He was very far up.
Yeah. That was a bit too naive, thinking that Na'Vi would just let that happen. Especially if they have such a mobile lineup like a Storm Spirit that can just jump in and vortex you, knowing that the
Radiant
cooldown
structures
might still
are
be on cooldown.
fortified.
Yeah, and Sigma's actually keeping these
Dire's
Ancients
top
warded
tower
this
is
entire time
under
too,
attack.
so her boss keeps trying to
Radiant's
stack,
bottom
and it's
tower is under
not quite
attack.
working.
Oh, that was a TP out for Miguel. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's actually quite something. I mean, they constantly use resources to block that ancient gap. I mean, I like it because obviously it's something that is expected to be done with the Luna with the helm of the Dominator, and it's worth it as well. But it's
Yeah.
still something that you don't see very often, like to continuously block that the whole game.
Yeah, they actually have blocked it since the beginning already.
Yeah.
And we see finished up mech on the Timbersaw for Fada.
I like that as a first item. They really, because they don't really have another natural mech carrier, I guess. As yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
I'm-
Matt, what are you doing? Vendetta up against Funnick, up against his back. Yes. Let's do that one. Just tickles him and runs himself away. Tag, you're it. We are gonna see a mechanism being built up by the Visage on the side of Na'Vi though, but he is fairly far away actually. He does have the recipe for it, and well, actually, I say that, but he's actually fairly close by the looks of it.
Yeah, he is.
Dire's
And
bottom tower is under attack.
ooh, they're gonna get dove pretty hard here.
Yeah, Impale comes out on Dendy, who's already out of mana. Frostbitten as well. He is he's able to zip himself out, just barely though, into the cooldown. He dies as well as the Timbersaw though, but Timbersaw buys back. We do have a freezing field coming out from Pass, and Funnick taking a lot of damage from that, and he will be picked up. Puppy still getting a kill up on the Nature's Prophet though, so dominating for him right now as Kuroki tries to get himself out of this fight, but won't be able to. Double kill for Pass as well. Support's ruling this game right now, but Na'Vi, they lost 4 heroes there, as Luna, the only one is alive, and the only reason that he is alive is because he wasn't actually there.
Dire's bottom tower is
They
under
did buy
attack.
out on Fada though, which
Radiant's
actually
top
is
tower is under
going to be
attack.
helping Na'Vi out slightly, but yeah. It was a bit aggressive from Na'Vi.
Yeah, they were doing that without her boss. He was just farming in the meantime, but that was really good for Sigma because now the Nyx is going to be finishing up his arcane boots if he wants to go that way. The CM and the Nyx actually mostly gained the most probably out of all that because they were in the midst of all of it, getting all that experience from all these overleveled people on Navi. So that was very, very good for Sigma,
Dire's
honestly.
middle tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
I agree. I mean, that was the best fight they could have hoped for. Gyrocopter stayed alive through all of that. He's now almost done with his BKB. Unless the courier already has the recipe. Nope, doesn't have it. But yeah, almost done with the BKB, so he's going to be soon ready to fight. In the meantime, Avost, of course, also building his BKB. He still needs the recipe as well. He's actually not that far behind on the Gyrocopter. And he has a Hanamidas, while Gyro does not, so he can be slightly ahead soon. So I guess that's going to be something that Na'Vi is going to have soon to fight back, because their ganks are starting to lose its value. Ooh, they smoke up. But instantly, Avost already has a smoke pop, because Mad was around there in his Vendetta. And they know that now, too.
This could be bad for Mad. Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, zip in, Denny zips out after the vortex.
Oh.
Timber saw the impale, so actually hits though. Mechanism will save Denny for the moment. Kuroki having that round ready. Timber saw with the haste rune will be able to get himself out. The impetus still there. Man has got an impale. We'll hit it up on Puppy. Nature's defenders are about to end, and actually the cooldown coming down. He gets bursted down. Too aggressive from Puppy, and Fada's still in this. He doesn't seem to give a beep. In comes the Clips. Yay! Eclipse. Yay!
He made it nighttime.
Yep. And that's gonna be an impale, and that's gonna be Luna dead. I mean, that was that was a bit a worse fight than Na'Vi could have hoped for. I mean, that was two fights in a row going so bad for Na'Vi that right now Sigma, they can take some actual control over the map from this one. They've already taken out all outer towers, and are looking towards tier 2s.
That's actually really scary. Honestly, they just picked up so much gold in farming from those last two fights. Every single one of the players on Sigma probably received about between 1,000 and 2,000 gold from those last two fights.
Scary. Puppy actually teleporting himself in very aggressively. Rocket Barrage not doing that much to him though. And Crystal Maiden is the one to go down to the visit. In comes Denny again. They need to win this fight. If they lose this fight, and they lose way more than just the fight. They do get 2 pickups already though. Timbersaw is going to be able to teleport himself out. And it looks like Mad is trying to run for it. But the zip forward from Denny is there. Might not have a vortex, but does slow him down. Spike Carapace already over, and Mad will indeed take a fall here. Double kill for Funnick with that one, and they really needed that one.
Yeah,
and they need to get a tower on the back of that as well. Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now in the meantime, the boss goes top and he does his thing.
Fermi, he is actually so close to his BKB. I mean, the gyrocopter dead. He actually already had his BKB before he died. That's brilliant for him. That's good.
Yeah,
oh, do you think that Na'Vi can take this Roshan? Do they have a medallion? I don't think so, right? They didn't.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They actually don't. But they do have a DD bottled.
They
have the bristle back.
They have the nasal duel. So, yeah, that's minus armor enough, I guess. It's a stupid spell, but oh well. And a double damage rune. Hey, why not? 2800 gold.
He has that level 3 goo too, so it's -2 armor per stack. So
yeah, that's very decent actually. What do you think he's gonna buy, by the way, with his 2.8k gold?
I honestly have no idea what it could be. It's Funnick. I hope we see like a Radiance. I hope we see like a Radiance.
That would be an interesting build. I'm actually thinking more like along the lines of, I mean, there's no real, like, Assault Caress. Oh, Funnick. He's gonna have to buy something soon if he wants to keep his gold, because he's gonna die. Yep, loses 400 gold, never mind that. All he buys is a teleport scroll after he died. Easy pickup for Sigma. But yeah, there's not really another Assault Caress carrier, I think, on the side of Na'Vi, and they kind of do need one. Or
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And we saw Miggle, by the way, opt for the Necro Book, so that's definitely the right item here. I really like Necro Book on Furion.
More push. Of course, always having that backup plan on the side of Sigma, split push. If they might not win, if they start losing the fights, they can always just resort to Nature's Prophet and his thing.
And we see Kuroki actually buys an early gem up.
Oh, very early. Well, not 21 minutes. It's a decent time. As Winter once said, 20 minutes is the time when everybody should have a gem if you're up against something invisible, which is, of course, the Nyx Assassin in this case. And on top of that, they get a lot of more map control for that, of course.
Yeah.
Making sure that the map is gonna be black for Sigma, apart from their towers. They are now getting Roshan, by the way, and there's nothing that Sigma can do against it. They're not gonna be there in time. They are close by, but they go into the Dire jungle.
Yeah, no one even takes any damage because Puppy just has the max untouchable and just tanks the Roshan, so.
Yeah, I like it untouchable. I like it a lot.
Yeah. We'll pause. Sandwich biting time.
Yeah. Sandwich bite time. There we have the go again though, so it was a very short duration bite. Well, yeah. I have to say, I mean, we do have Na'Vi still in favor of this game. I mean, we look at the gold, it's 7k in favor, the experience is in their favor, but it kind of feels like they're I don't know, it doesn't feel like they're that much in favor. Of course, a Host is farmed, but part of that farm is sitting in the Luna's Hand of Midas, which is, you know, nice item and all that, but it doesn't give him that much value just yet. I mean, in about 10 minutes, talk to me again then I will be saying, like, that definitely paid off, but
yeah.
Right now...
And Funnick actually is going for a heart, by the way.
Ooh.
What a Reaver.
Tankiness. Well, that works out.
I like it, but at the same time, it's strange because Timbersaw just does more damage then.
Yeah.
With this, at least with this Whirling Death, but it's still a hard, such a good item on Bristleback, no matter what happens, even if you verse a Timbersaw.
I mean, I still would have liked, maybe the Salt Grass better, but then again, hey, he's Phonics, so who am I to say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think both items were fine at this point, honestly. They're probably feeling pretty comfortable, noticing that, you know, Voss is pretty damn farmed, honestly.
Oh, mad. He's gonna teleport himself out. They actually don't see him.
Yeah.
They should see this ward though. Who has the ward? The gem, rather. Kuroki is gonna find this gem. Will be countered straight away. Nice. So
And this Crystal Maiden's actually almost got her BKB as well.
wow. Without a Hand of Midas. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And still 3 towers to take down as well. So this gold is mostly coming from those kills. I mean, she's got 4 kills. Very decent for Pass. We've been involved in 9 out of the 11 kills actually, but I guess most kills have been done during group fights, so very easy for Crystal Maiden to then get assists, especially if she gets to cast a Freezing Field. We do have Luna going for the Mantis Tower, at least picks up a Yasha, so got that extra attack speed.
Yeah, and just the only real big scary thing for Sigma is that this Gyro doesn't have sacks anywhere. They have no vision whatsoever. Navi has 5 Observer wards down right now. So they're going to be taking control of this map. They're going to be taking control of the game actually entirely right now. And on top of all that, the backup plan. They have stacks already going at their Dire Ancients. So.
Yep. In the meantime, there is a push going on here. They will trade towers, perhaps trade tier 2. So fortification comes out for Navi though, and they're still able to take the tier 2 middle. And they're going to defend also their tier 2 top, bottom rather, because Poppy teleports himself in. In the meantime, the split push coming out of course from the Nature's Prophet as well, because, you know, split push. Yeah, that's gonna happen. So for Navi, it's case to probably just, I mean, continue doing what you said. Just, you know, control the map. Take out those 2 tier 2 towers still. And make sure that Sigma is in a dark place, as in no vision on the map apart from any wards that they might have still been put out. They've got 1 ward up the high ground, of course, that was just placed. But that's the only ward they have up, and the rest is going to get countered by Kuroki because he's got that gem. Crystal Maiden gets picked up still by Dendy, who's going to be popping his BKB and tries to run himself away from yeah, Gyro. Should be able to do that. There he goes. That's a first BKB charge, right? Yeah.
Yep.
10-second BKB for Crystal Maiden. Worth it?
Yeah, definitely worth it, yeah.
Okay. Oh, he jumps back in, why not? Pops it. Well, now it's definitely worth it.
Yep. Even more.
The BKB charge and Gyro comes to gun for 10 seconds. Well, that's great. Just a zip in is all it takes.
It's pretty scary.
It is. Never know who's gonna back off that Storm Spirit.
Yep.
What do you think Sigma should do?
Honestly, this is gonna be pretty hard game for them to do much. It's gonna just be a lot of. Right now, they can't fight. They can't team fight. This has to be more split pushing. They have to just go for little picks and mostly split push, honestly. Because, you know, even on top of everything, their core Timbersaw has the mech instead of, you know, going for the Bloodstone and whatnot. So
Yeah,
they really have to just.
They are gonna pick up the tower actually. Oh, I like the Enchantress up against the Necronomicon. He's just able to steal the warrior there. Oh, so cheating. Sprout TP out for Miguel, but that's not gonna happen. Boom, you're dead. You should be dead. Yeah, you are dead. Well, a bit too aggressive. I'm not sure why Miguel was so close by.
I'm not sure too either, actually. And I completely even forgot that they had the Enchantress for the Necro book, but I still think that's probably the best item he could have gone on Furion at this point.
Yeah, because especially, I mean, normally you're not going to assume that Crystal Maid, or sorry, Enchantress is there to counter you because you're going to be split pushing by yourself. Oh, Havos, why are you here by yourself? You're so dead, dude.
He has the Aegis. It's okay.
Yeah, but well, he can pop his BKB and teleport out, I guess. And he's gonna need to.
Yeah, he's okay.
Everybody gets forced out of his 10-second BKB.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, that Aegis was going down within the next minute or so, so that was, I don't even think that was bad. He was farming their entire woods and putting pressure and forcing them to make movement around him. So.
Long zip in. Fada. His TP interrupted by the vortex and taken down. That's gonna be him. That's a very good pickoff.
Yeah, it really is. And Dendy's now actually got an Oblivion staff picked up, so he is going for the Orchid. And Timbersaw is, I think he's going for an Hex, right? Because now he bought this ultimate orb after the point boost.
Oh, it's kind of interesting. In the meantime, bottom lane, wait a second. Oh, now that's everybody backing off. But yeah, it's kind of weird to see both items. I mean, I'm gonna assume and Hacks and Bloodstone at some point. But
Absolutely.
it's weird to just go for both of them at the same time, and not go for either straight away.
Yeah, this is kind of why I don't really like this. Like Mech is very good, and he didn't really have anyone else on his team that could grab a Mech, except for like maybe I guess like Furion or Nyx, I guess. But he's not really like that much of that like core Timbersaw. I don't know. I feel like it makes him so much weaker going for that Mech instead of having his greedy items that he needs. But we see Saksha getting gone on top.
Another BKB charge forced out. Actually pops the rocket barrage. They might be still looking for Funnick. He has a home missile chasing him down, but
He's got that heart finished. He's quite tanky.
yeah, when he uses 6 charges, it's gonna be fine. Actually, Kuroki is gonna try to take down. It's close. Home missile is still hit.
Yeah.
Looks
now,
like
I mean,
Kuroki is about done with his Aghanims.
yeah, he's very close distance. Puppy has his already as well, and Dendy's gonna be finishing his Orchid really soon. And this Timbersaw, yeah, doesn't have BKB or anything. So, and Orchid is like the best counter to Timbersaw. So.
Making sure
This
they
is
can't
looking-
get away, no shock drums. He needs to be able to cast his spells because it's not going to be his right clicks that he is, most known for.
Yeah.
And Miguel also. I mean, he's got his
And-
I mean, he's farming nicely. Don't get me wrong, but I was expecting him to be doing a bit better by now. He has died
Yeah.
only 4 times. Oh,
Radiant's
hello.
top tower is
Bye.
under attack.
That's gonna be. Oh my God, Gyrocopter picked up just like that.
Oh man, that's
His
not
BKB
no good.
was still on cooldown from the one that got popped out on top, so it couldn't actually escape. Very
He
good
actually
pickup
just
for them.
he just walked uphill and they were waiting for him. A BKB, there's no way he could react in time
It looks like
because
they're
they
gonna
have no
take
vision.
down the Timbersaw again as well. Tries to do something in return. Here comes a freezing field from Plus actually. They do need some extra help, but it might be enough. Kuroki is not gonna TP out and lose it to Gem actually. Phonics still bashing on Plus and he is able to get the kill in the end, but he's going down for it as well in the end. That's a good trade for Sigma
definitely-
indeed, and a bit too greedy of both Kuroki and Phonic.
And that was the best explosions I've ever seen from a Crystal Maiden ultimate. Because Kuroki was about to get teleported out, but 4 explosions hit him at the last second.
Radiant structures.
He lost a gem with that. That's the map control loss.
Yeah.
They have to pick up a new one, or they have to hope that they can get theirs back very soon. But that
Daddy.
hasn't been.
Oh, there it is.
I'm not gonna finish what I said.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I was gonna say that Matt hasn't been picked up for quite some time. But that's the gem back in the hands of Navi. Well, that was a short-lasted duration. In the meantime, bottom lane has indeed got a colon going down by the TP out of Luna's there, and this BKB, Miguel, still going for Poppy here, but he's got his Nature's Attendance on, and of course his Untouchable is
Radiant's middle
making
tower
him quite
is under
untouchable. No TP on the Puppy, but they know that they would take too long to try to take him down. And actually,
And
they
he's
know that
looking
he's still there. They know that Gyrocopter's still close by, or do they? They don't know that he's there. It is gonna be Timbersaw that dies here. Looks like Gyro is gonna dodge a bullet. He can't TP out. 1 overload is all that it takes for them to see him. Oh my God, he lives.
1 remnant, you mean? But yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that one.
I got you. But wow. Oh man, they recovered the gem and lose it instantly. How unfortunate.
And they lose their Gyrocopter. Oh, not Gyrocopter, I mean, Timbersaw. Well, and they
Timbersaw,
lose farming time on Gyrocopter because even though, he is not dying, he's just stuck sitting here until he can teleport out, which is right now. But yeah, that was some wasted time for him.
Do you think he's gonna opt for the rapier, or is that gonna be the MKB?
It is. I
Oh.
see him already by the javelin, so it is going to be the
Boo.
safe option, and I think that's the right choice. But I'm kind of thinking that he might still need to rethink it because Navi is getting more and more ahead. They're now 15k gold ahead, 20k experience ahead. And this is starting to looking pretty scary for them, to be honest. And a rapier might just be what they need to turn this around.
Roshan
Yeah.
has
And another Roshan. Then he picks up the Aegis on the Storm. Havos, I think, finishing his butterfly right here, right? Yep. So that is terrifying.
Butterfly number 1 of 2.
Of 2?
Who knows? Maybe. Might see
Maybe.
it coming. He's going for the Satanic first with the Helm of the Dominator, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Needs a TP scroll. He also needs.
This is Havos. It's a rapier. Double rapier.
Who got the Aegis?
Dendy did.
Ah, more mana. There was no cheese yet. Also, this was just the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pretty late Roshan, I guess, the first one.
Mm-hmm. They did around 20 minutes. But when they picked up the gem, they took map control and just...
Yeah.
So now, yeah, they have to play so scared on Sigma. Honestly, like this is gonna be really really hard for them to come back because there's so many, you know, Storm Spirit's so good at picking off the Furion, even the Gyro because he's very underfarmed. He's very squishy. The Storm can really pick on him.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Timbersaw is doing on the top lane because he's not farming. Well, he's showing that he's there right now, and luckily for him, then he wasn't close by and he teleported out. But otherwise,
Yeah,
then he
let's
could have just
watch.
zipped in and vortex, and you know, he would have died.
And we get to watch the Timber Chain cut down all the trees on the map.
Oh yeah. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't realize it was doing that. That's actually, yeah, that's nice. Oh, Dandy, what you doing there, buddy? Oh, they're going for this. Eclipse comes out as well with Vos and Dandy, just with the two of them turning on their BKBs. The Vos will die. They will take a Nyx Assassin down. And Dandy, of course, is an Aegis, but that was a bit naive to think that they could do that unpunished. I really didn't think they were going to go in 2-on-5. I mean, seriously, 2-on-5.
That was pretty crazy, but it's them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, it's a 1-on-1 trade, I guess. That's something. But that's a butterfly not really working out all too well for Vos, or at least not as well as he thought he would. Maybe hoping for more luck in evasion, but
At least they popped the Gyro BKB.
that is true. They forced out everything of Sigma, and they can go in unpunished right now because that's Gyrocopter dead. Looking for another one, zipping in, going up on Miguel next. Is there another vortex? Not needed. Soul Assumption coming out, and then will be Miguel picked up as well. Mechanism will only keep him up for a little while longer. Timber Chain away doesn't hit. Tree familiar disables coming out. Fada dies as well. This might have just been their plan. Force everything out on the two and then just run in with the others so they're still alive, including Denny. Wow, that paid off. I won't judge them anymore. That was... nope. What seemed odd might have just been calculated. Rex timing, they have been able to take down these the tier 3 tower. The Rex as well. Sigma, they can't buy back. They have to wait for this to be over. Well, they can buy back on the Timbersaw and the Nature's Prophet, but not on the Gyrocopter. And without the Gyrocopter, it's kind of pointless. Oh, Crystal Main will get picked up. Mad will be next by Carapace. Has got nothing on that, and that's going to be Vendetta to escape. The gem is in hands of the Visage, I would imagine. Yep. And that's a Sanjin Yasha for Phonic, so I guess that's what he went for after the heart.
Yeah, I love that item on that hero too. With the Warpath, it's actually insane. You actually do so much damage on that hero once you start getting those stacks up.
He's still gonna chase down by Home Missile. Looks like the Gyrocopter there is enough to fight again. He comes a double impale cooldown as well. Puppy still healed up. That the mechanism is enough, as well as his Nature's Attendants. Impetus fly. Don't do that much damage though. Mad trying to run. I'm not sure if he can. Nope, he can't. For sure he can. 1 for 0 there with that cooldown being used. Here still comes Chakram. They tried to fight them out. They tried to force them out without really putting themselves at risk, and it seems to be successful, but Puppy is still hanging around here as well as Kuroki, and they're not looking to run away that far, and then he is just getting some runes. He will be back here in no time, and they're not leaving middle lane.
Yeah, they're keeping them in their base. They can't really do much. Miguel has to port out to try to do something to keep these waves out, but Havast right now, he's just farming. Yep. Casually farming the jungle.
Pushing out the top lane while doing so. Name the only 2 players with 15 or more wins as Crystal Maidens.
I know it's not me. No, it's not me.
I thought it would be more. It was gonna be Puppy at least. He's played a lot of Crystal Maiden, and who has played a lot of Crystal Maiden as well?
Probably our EGM or something.
I
have no idea.
Ooh, zip in, pass, you're dead. That's a Crystal Maiden then. I don't think it's gonna be pass.
Radiant's top tower.
Maybe one of the Asian players.
It has to be. It has to be something like that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well,
and Phonic is getting a Yules.
Why not, right? Holding people in place. Always go to him. Nice blink impale up on 3. Chakram coming out as well. Here comes the BKB. This is our last stand. They've already lost the Nyx Assassin and the Gyrocopter though. There's no hope for them. Only one hero makes it out alive. Miguel was forced to buy back. But that was just a domination. I mean, look at the health bars. Only a Vos shows sign of battle, and even he doesn't really do that. I mean, he's getting healed up again as well. This is game, I think.
This is definitely game. Kuroki actually, his birds probably solo killed that Gyro there. I don't even think the Glaives had to even hit him or anything. I think the Visage can solo the Gyro at this point. Level 16 birds.
Ouch.
Yeah, wow.
Vortex up on Phonic, still in the fountain. They want to try to force out that BKB Phonic. Looking at that. Come on, Phonic, don't be an ass. Is he able to live through the farm? Yeah, he is, no problem. Fada still dies. Buyback for Fada still, it is great for him. More buybacks. In comes an impale, double impale, Puppy and Dandy. Untouchable being very annoying. Vortex up on that, he'll die. They're just fountain farming right now. Might not have been a GG called by Sigma, but that doesn't make this game less over, to be honest. There we go, that's
There
a
it
GG
is.
right there. Mega creeps. It is gonna be Aki and
Oh, me!
You!
Radiant's middle
Nice!
tower.
Look at that! You just said it is not gonna be me. The screw puppy.
And it was
He's not got the
Ake.
most
Wow, it
votes.
wasn't
Ake
even
and
Puppy.
you.
That's shocking.
Radiant's middle tower.
Well, Grats.
I thank you.
Well, and also, of course, Grats to Na'Vi, because they now have the head-to-head advantage over Sigma. Now, the Sigma adventure to go to Kiev is not yet over, because they still have got 3 losses, which is still very decent to be making it to the top 4, depending on what other teams do, of course, as well. But if it does come to an even score between them and Na'Vi, they're not going to be the ones to get ahead. They are going to be the ones to be behind Na'Vi, regardless of what happens. Well, unless, of course, Na'Vi loses more games. Obviously. They are still not done in the season either, so it's not entirely over just yet, but it's an important match to win for Na'Vi. An important match to win for Na'Vi as well is the next one, which is going to be their game up against Power Rangers, the Giant Killers. We're going to see if they're going to be doing their name justice in the next game, or if we see Na'Vi getting a winning streak right here. Stick with us, because we'll be back soon. Follow us on Twitter, @NahasDota, @FogDota, @ChiraGaming. Do that, and we will be right with you in just a moment's time.